Hey everyone, it's Jason, and this is your weekend cruise news update. And how would you feel if you had a cruise booked and it was less than 90 days away and you found out it got canceled because of a charter? Also, I'm not so sure I would ever cruise on this Carnival ship because I think it's cursed. So cruise story number one, imagine being 83 days out from your cruise and you get a letter that your cruise has been sold out to a charter. And you've been basically bumped off this cruise. So this is what happened on Royal Caribbean's Spectrum of the Seas. Now this is a 5-night sailing out of Shanghai, China. So likely you don't have a lot of people flying in for a 5-night cruise all around the world. But nevertheless, these people still took the time. They booked their cruise. They may have booked it a year ago. Because see, this is what the cruise lines are telling us as passengers. Hey, make sure to book as far in advance as you can. You'll get the best pricing. You'll lock in the best cabins. That's what they've asked us to do. So we listen to them 83 days in advance. People have already paid their final payment. And that's what gets me. They've already paid their final payment. Now, if I wanted to cancel that cruise because something happened, you're going to have a penalty and a fee for that. But they can do that to you. Now, here's the thing is you can move, passengers can move it to other sailings. But here's the deal. They get anywhere from $100 to $200 shipboard credit. It's not that great. So you sell out my sailing, you tell me I have to go pick another one, and it's $100 to $200. Now here's the thing is, if it's on that same ship, the Spectrum of the Seas, they're going to price protect it. Appreciate that. But if it's on any other sailing, they're not going to price protect it, and they will still give people $100 to $200 shipboard credit. What do you think about this? How would you feel? You're excited about your cruise, 83 days in advance, you get told, oh, we're so sorry. And I think the letter went something like, we appreciate that you've planned and you've taken the effort, but we sold it out to a charter. So you're really insignificant, really. I mean, that's the way it feels to me. How do you feel about that? So cruise story number two, and the worst nightmare for a cruise ship is a fire. So for the second time in 2 years, the whale tail funnel on the Carnival Freedom has caught fire. This happened in 2022, the first time in Grand Turk. And they replaced it only a few months ago on October 6th. It went in for a 16-day renovation and they replaced the funnel. Well, yesterday they were in the Bahamas and they feel it might have been struck by lightning. It caught fire again. Burned for over 2 hours. They said some of the debris went on the deck 10, some of the balconies. Here's a video of it.
That's nutty. It's going on fire again.
How crazy is this? This has happened twice in 2 years on the Carnival Freedom. Have you ever sailed on the Carnival Freedom? And would this stop you from sailing on the Freedom ever again? So before I get to cruise story number 3, I would ask that you please like this video as it does help the channel grow. Also, consider subscribing as we're on the path to 100,000 subscribers before we go on our Alaskan cruise in August. If you could help us with that, I would greatly appreciate it. So cruise story number 3, and I think this is an interesting business decision by Royal Caribbean as they announced they're going to build a beach club in Cozumel, Mexico. And it's supposed to be ready by summer of 2026. Now they're also building a beach club in Nassau, Bahamas, and it'll be ready by summer of 2025. And the one in Cozumel is supposed to be patterned after the one in Nassau. We don't have a lot of details as of yet. But I think it's interesting that Royal Caribbean sees a need for this. And not only are they expanding out their fleet, but building out their beach clubs and expanding Coco Cay, the one in Nassau, Bahamas. They're trying to buy land in Freeport, Bahamas, and now Cozumel, Mexico. Could you see them expanding even more so throughout the Caribbean? Building other beach clubs? And if so, what other islands could you see them expanding to? I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support. And until I talk to you next week, happy cruising.